Up to 5.4, we'll be further looking at derivatives and their application to finding the normal and tangent lines to a function. And we'll be doing this, as I see, through analytical means, and also we'll be using technology. So I have my calculator here ready to go. Question 1. Right, if you feel comfortable with the material, give it a go, see if you're able to get the same answer as I am, so see if the work matches up. So in question 1, they give us the function x to the 4th plus 2x cubed, take away x squared, take away 4x, take away 4. And they want us to, first step is to find the derivative of this, find f prime. So as we know from the last video, and as you probably have already seen maybe in your classwork, we have a polynomial. We bring the exponents down for each term, multiplied by the coefficient. So this will start off as f prime. F prime is going to equal 4x cubed plus 6x squared, take away 2x minus 4. That's equal to your f prime of x. Hence, find the equation of the tangent line to f at x equals -2. So what do we need in order to find the equation of a line in general? We need to know a point on the line and its slope. Right, and then we can put it in point slope form. So we have the derivative, which will give us the slope. We need to still find a point on the line. So let's try to find we need to find f of -2. F of -2 will be -2 to the 4th power plus 2 times -2 cubed, take away -2 squared, take away 4 times -2, take away 4. This here is going to equal -2 to the 4th power is equal to 16. Plus -2 cubed will be -8, take away 16. -2 squared is 4, so take away 4. Take away -8, so plus 8. Take away 4. 16 minus 16 is 0. -4 minus plus 8 is equal to 4 minus 4, so this is going to be equal to 0. So our point here is -2 comma 0. We're going to be looking at the function at -2 comma 0, and equals our y values. It's going to be equal to our y. Now let's figure out the slope at this point. So the slope at this point, f prime at -2, is going to come from plugging into our derivative above. Let me actually, maybe just for room, I'm going to do it above. Let me do it right here. So we have the room. F prime of -2 is equal to 4. -2 cubed is equal to -8. Plus 6 times -2 squared is 6 times 4. Take away 2 times -2, take away 4. This here is going to be equal to, let's see, write it in, -32, 24. Here we have -4, so it's going to be plus 4. It's going to be plus 4, and then take away 4. So we're going to have here, in the end, we're going to have -32 plus 24 is equal to -8. -8 is our m. And that comes from -32 plus 24 is -8, plus 4 is -4, minus 4 is -8. So we know our slope is equal to 8, is -8. Our point is going to be -2 comma 0. So now, let's see, I will go and, maybe I can do it over here. We have point slope form now, so I will do y2 minus y1 is equal to m times x2 minus x1. I could plug in y minus 0 is equal to -8 times x minus -2, or x plus 2. And it depends on if they write, so this will be equal to y is equal to -8x plus 2. Or you could multiply out. Perhaps they would tell you to put it explicitly into y equals mx plus b form. Then we would have y is equal to -8x. Y is equal to -8x, take away 16. Y is equal to -8x, take away 16. Good, right? So either form would work. And actually, for our purposes, let's see. Yeah, we'll leave it like that. And then, let's say they ask you now, in the next question, just to cover the normal line standard, what if they ask you instead to find the normal line? So we already did a lot of the work. We already have the same point, right? So it's going to be the same point, -2 comma 0, right? We're going to be going through that same point. And if I were to sketch it, let me go and sketch this. I have no idea how this really looks, but I know that at the point -2 comma 0 are going this way, and it's going to have a slope, something like that, something like that. Right, so that's what it looks like, at least at that point. And we have the slope here, which looks something, which is going to be that's going to be our tangent line, -8x take away 16. And now we're looking for this normal line, which will look something like that. It should be more perpendicular. So what's going to be the equation for the normal line? So again, we have y take away 0 is equal to our slope m of x take away -2, so x plus 2. And now we need to know that the equation of the normal line, or the slope of the normal line, is always going to be the inverse, the negative reciprocal. So if we had a slope of -8, now it's going to be 1 over 8 x plus 2. So that is the equation of the normal line. It comes from the fact that the slope is going to be the negative reciprocal, and everything else would have been the same for the most part. Usually they don't often give you both of them, but you're responsible for knowing how to do either one. And the process is going to be the same. You take the derivative, you get the slope at that particular point, you find the value of the x and y at that particular point, and then if you're looking for the tangent line, you're using the slope at that particular point. If you're looking for the normal line, which is the perpendicular line, then you're going to be taking the negative reciprocal of whatever slope of your tangent line slope. Now let's take a look at a technology-based question. So here they give us a function y is equal to natural log of x minus x sine of x, and they want us to find the value of y when x is equal to 9. So what I'm going to do here, just to get a general idea of what we're working with, I'm going to go and graph this. Sometimes they'll actually ask you to graph it, so maybe, let me see, so I'll put it in and I'll actually graph it. Even though it's not asked here, oftentimes it will be. And when I'm graphing it, first step is I want to graph it on the domain. So I'm going to set my domain to 7, my x min to 7, my x max to 15. I'll go between -8 and 15 on my y, and let's see what this gives me. And when I do that, I get a graph which looks something like it's going to be actually, so this is going to be, let's say over here is maybe 7 up until 15, and it looks something like this on my end. All right, I'll let that be. All right, so that's what I'm looking at, and I'm curious about what the value is at 9. So let me do second calculate. So I'm going to do now my calculator. Second calc value. I'm going to plug in what they're looking for, which is 9. When x equals 9, the point is, so it's going to be when x equals 9, y value is equal to -1.51. -1.51, that's what they were asking for here. Now they want me to find the value of dy dx for x equals 9. 7, 8, 9, so that will be somewhere over here. And we're looking for what that slope is. So I could either try to take the derivative of this, right? You would have to use a product rule, which we haven't seen yet. It will come up. It would be doable, and then you could plug in 9. Though since this is a technology-based question, it's a paper 2 question, and we already have the function written in our graph, it will be easier to just use the calculator to get the derivative, make sure that we don't have any mistakes. How do we do that? So we go to math, and then 8. So I press the math button. Then I press button 8, which will give you the derivative. I do this again, math, and then it is 8, which gives you n derivative. I press enter, and then it gives you the notation, at least on the TI-84, it gives you the notation for the derivative. And at a particular value for the definite derivative. So we're going to end up giving it a particular value. So I'm going to put x in there. For my function, you could type it out again, but since I already have mine written in y1 within the graphing, within the y equals frame, I'm going to go down to vars, press the vars button, y vars, and then I have access to my y1. It's going to save you time, and it will minimize the chance of mistake. I press y1, And then for my x value, I'm going to put in, what are we looking for, at 9. So we put in 9. And then here, I end up getting back 7 point, so I end up getting back 7.90. 7.90 is your m. So the notation I would put in, right? So this notation is typical math notation. Without the y1, you should put in the actual value for the actual function on your actual paper. And the buttons that you type out on your calculator, remember, that's not necessary. You don't want to put that in because the reader doesn't want to see that. They're not necessarily using your calculator, and they're not giving credit for what buttons you pressed. They expect you to be able to do that. They want to see the correct mathematic notation, which is what I have over here. Where y1, you should put in the function, right? Put in the actual function, natural log of x, take away x sine of x. So that's what you should be writing in. So we end up getting back the value, 7.9. Now they tell us that line L is tangent. Line L is tangent to, let's see, here is tangent to the original function, x equals 9, write the equation. So kind of like we had in question 1, y2 minus y1 is equal to m times x2 minus x1. So I'm going to do y minus, my y value was negative 1.51, so it will be positive 1.5, or minus gives me the positive, is equal to 7.9 times x minus, which x value, x minus 9. And that would be point slope form. You can leave it like that, or oftentimes I'll tell you which form to put it in. And I will actually convert this now to, I actually will convert it now because I see the next problem is going to use it. 7.9 x take away 9 minus 1.51. So that's going to be the equation of the tangent line. And now they tell us that line L intersects, which this is line L, right? So this is line L. This is going to intersect our function again at the point somewhere in between 10 and 13. So now we're going to use technology. We're going to use our calculator to find out when two functions intersect. So I'm going to put this function now, what we see here. I'm going to write it into my y2 on my calculator. So I go to y equals. I'm going to put that function into y2. I'm going to change now the window to the domain between 10 and 13. So the window is now between 10 and 13. And now what I see on my screen, let me see. And now what I see on my screen is something that looks like this and that, more or less, right? And I'm looking for that particular point. So how do we figure out that particular point? So we already have y1 is equal to the curve, y2 is that straight line. When do they intersect? I go to second, calculate, intersect option, which is number 5. So I would be typing second, calc, intersect. Now it asks me for the first curve, my second curve, guess, and I guess, and it tells me after my guess that I'm intersecting at the point 10.85. All right, so C equals 10.8527. C is equal to 10.9 for my final answer, the 3 significant figures. So that was the technology-based portion of using of calculating the tangent line. We used the derivative function on our calculator, which is the Math 8 button. You just plug in the function and the x value that you are looking to get the derivative for. It will give you the exact derivative at that point. Note, right, it won't actually give you the derivative of function. So if there's a problem which requires you to get the derivative function, most likely that'll be a paper 1 problem where they want you to actually do those analytical steps. But here they just wanted you to get the actual value, use that value to get the tangent line equation, and then use your calculator again to figure out what the intersection will be. After that tangent point, what is the next intersection between the tangent line and the function? So that brings us to the conclusion of 5.4, tangent normal lines. We started off with question 1 with a problem where we analytically figured out the tangent and normal line at a particular point. And in question 2, we figured out the tangent line using technology. So that's again the end of 5.4, and we will meet again for 5.5.